Welcome back to Metroids for Charity. I'm wxfan21. This is day 2 of 2 of this inaugural event here on Speed Gaming, and the event that I came up with a long time ago, and something I'm very grateful to be bringing back. Bringing to light. Sorry, I'm tired. Day 1 was a lot. I crashed after last night. All right. With that being said, I teased this yesterday. And because we're running very short on time here, I want to give you all just a little bit of a background about my struggles with mental health. Again, this is a mental health charity we're supporting. I want to bring this issue out of the darkness into the light. There's been like a saying I've been saying throughout this marathon, even pre to this marathon. Chat, this is a safe space if anyone wants to talk. If you need to talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. All right, let's try this again. WX tries intro, take 3, action. So I told you a little bit yesterday that I'd explain a little bit about my mental health. I had a great and amazing job back in 2021. But one thing I noticed was my health was taking a little bit of a, I don't want to say a hit, it was something I needed to really address. It was physical health, emotional, and of course, mental health. And for me, I decided to step away from a full-time permanent job to address my health, thinking I can take a short amount of time off, get myself right, get the attention that I needed, and go forward. No big deal. That was 4.5 years ago. Because of how bad the job market's been, I unfortunately haven't been able to find a full-time permanent job that's made sense. I've sent over 2,000 applications. I've had hundreds of phone interviews, hundreds of regular interviews, multiple round processes. Out of that entire process, I've gotten a handful of offers. It's been brutal. And, there are some days where the mental health aspect of it really kicks in, and I'm like, I don't want to do anything today. I just want to stay in bed, do nothing, sulk, mope. Maybe go for just to drive around the car, see if I can clear my head. Some days the situational depression, as my therapist has called it, hits hard. Other days I have no problem, and those of you that listen to my commentary that know me know I'm very optimistic. So yeah, I've been struggling with it for years. I've seen doctors, I see therapists. Get it addressed. It's a lot. If I had to go back 4.5 years ago and say, would I do this again? Yes. Because I know the situation I was in. Absolutely. I would absolutely do this again. It made way more sense to me to do it again because health has to come as a top priority. How can you work if your health is behind? You have to take care of your health. It's so important. It's an issue to me that we really need to end the stigma around mental health. If someone were to say, hey, I'm dealing with some burnout, I need a mental health day. If I was a boss, I'd say, here's a PTO day. Go. Just give make sure your work is with a colleague or everything's buttoned up. Get on out of here. I'll check in with you later. It's my outlook if I was a boss. So we need to bring this issue of mental health out of the darkness and into the light. And that's part of what we're doing here at Metroids for Charity. We're raising money for a great organization called Safe in Our World. This organization is a mental health charity for gamers and the video game community. What do I mean by that? Safe in Our World is a UK-based organization specifically devoted to the video games industry and communities of gamers. They are a mental health charity devoted to that. What have they done so far? They host a hub of life-saving resources, international helplines, and more information you can find over at safeinourworld.org. I'll be posting links and stuff all day. I'm here hosting all day. We'll get into the schedule and the speed running stuff in just a little bit. They've released, which I think this is pretty cool. They've released a video game journal they released a video game themed mental health journal to support gamers in practicing well-being activities. They've created a supportive Discord community with over 2,000 members called Safer Together, discord.gg/safertogether. They released the Good Game Playbook with Ubisoft to tackle in-game toxicity, which is a whole nother marathon on its own, or a whole nother topic on its own. They've produced over 40 episodes of their Safe Space podcast, highlighting diverse mental health topics from across the gaming landscape. That's great. What have they done for the industry? They partnered with over 200 companies globally to provide mental health support as part of their Level Up initiative. They've delivered over $380,000 of free mental health training to anyone in the industry. They're focused on ensuring marginalized people have access to their training. Over 76% of their attendees in 2024 were from an underrepresented background. So very important. They've provided talks, panels, and roundtables at hundreds of game industry events to raise awareness and advocate for mental health support across the industry. They've also created the games industry's first and only workplace well-being accreditation called the Mental Health Star Accreditation. They're incredible. Who does their fundraising support? Well, all donations to Safe in Our World are used to fund the continuation of the initiatives that I just mentioned, and they're specifically developing support such as training programs, workplace well-being resources, more tools like the Good Games Playbook and the Positive Play Guide, and reacting to the needs of the industry and gamers. Let me show you their website here just very, very quickly, and then we're going to make our way over to the schedule portion of today's intro. You see here, safeinourworld.org. They are just amazing. You're on their main webpage. You see their Level Up Your Workspace Accessibility. Here's their Mental Health Star initiative that I just mentioned. Tons of great articles here. If you need to find help, you head over to the Find Help one. You want to find out stuff for helplines. Here's a lot of stuff for helplines, and they're just going to go. You can literally type by location, what you want help with, if you want help with anxiety. It just refined everything for helplines. You want to find help on well-being. Okay, here's a bunch of information on well-being. All right, oh, so important, right? You want to, let's see, we can go back to managing anxiety. Let's go managing anxiety. Let's go here and see what this is like. Bang. A lot of information here. What can you do next? Excuse me. There's a lot of great opportunities here. You want to find support? Think of the Crisis Hub. Look at all of the news stories and everything else happening here. So this is something that people should be taking a look at. You want to learn about their mission? Go to the mission page. It says right here, the main goal of Safe in Our World is to create and foster worldwide mental health awareness within the video game industry, to eliminate the stigma surrounding mental health, to make it a natural topic of discussion, and to promote the dialogue surrounding mental health so people are not afraid to reach out for help if they need it. Plain and simple. So with that being said, more info at safeinourworld.org. But we're running late. It's time for us to make our way into the schedule portion of this run. Are you ready? Chat, I said, are you ready? Today's schedule is as follows. We are starting off the day with a banger. We're starting off the day with a little Metroid Prime action. And it's going to be a race. A dual race. WX, how can you have a dual race? Well, welcome to the Cross Game Cup, otherwise known as CGC. This is Metroid Prime 1 and 2, CGC randomizer race. Baja and the Ginger Chris team up to take on the team of Bra Inc. and Cestrion. Again, they were going to be competing in Metroid Prime 1 and 2. Think of it as a version of everyone's items are in different areas, and you got to send them to the different games. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait for you all to watch that. That's taking place here in about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we're heading over to we're going back to the BSL space station. But this time, it's time to debut and show off the brand new Metroid Fusion randomizer from Randovania. Hercules Bench Press and Jeff Gaines and Games are going to be taking care of this race. Hercules Bench Press will be racing. Well, not racing. I'll be doing a solo randomizer playthrough. Jeff Gaines and Games and Herc will be on commentary. I shall be tracking. Then we're taking a little break. And then at 5 p.m. Eastern, Hercules Run is going to take place around 2:20 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern, the legendary Bash Prime will be taking on Metroid Prime 2 Echoes in a randomizer. Baja Blood and Bash Prime will be commentating that race. Then, to end the day, what did you think I was going to leave Super Metroid out of this? Not a chance. We end the day with 2 Super Metroid runs. At 7:40 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have Bastion Blue Succubus. I really hope I said Bastion's name correctly. Bastion is going to be running Super Metroid Any Percent, the KPDR route. The way the developers intended, folks. KPDR. So, and then we end the day. Very excited for this. We end the day with some of the heaviest hitters in the Super Metroid community, because we end with not only my favorite Super Metroid randomizer, but the third of 3 Super Metroid randomizers that we've shown off here throughout this entire marathon. We end with Super Metroid Map Rando or Quad Race. Oats and Goats versus Nitro versus Aussie versus Spiffy Thomas. That's going to be at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for every single one of you to see that. Today is going to be phenomenal. There may only be 5 racers, but we have a lot of these runs that are going to be lengthy. And then, how do you donate? !donate in the Twitch chat to donate to Safe in Our World. Again, we're already up to 514 pounds. Quick note before we send it over to the setup for the CGC race. In the Tiltify page, because Safe in Our World is a UK-based organization, the currency is British pounds. So wherever you are, there is a conversion factor. Unless you live in the UK, your donation will be in British pounds. So please keep that in mind. It's not in USD, it's in British pounds. So whether I say dollars or pounds, know that the donations are going to be in British pounds. !donate to donate to the charity. Or you can use !Metroids to learn a little bit more about the event. And on the Tiltify page, again, is the link to safeinourworld.org. That's going to do it here for me for opening remarks. We now head back to Talon 4 and the Metroid Prime universe for the Metroid Prime CGC race. Baja Blood and the Ginger Chris versus Bra Inc. and Cestrion is coming up next.